You ever let a woman go and then wish more than anything that you could get her to come back? Hi, this is Mike Fiore, and in this short video, I'm going to show you how to use tiny little text messages sent from the cell phone you've got in your pocket right now to get your ex-girlfriend to forgive you for everything you feel like you've done wrong, to forget once and for all about any other man, and to do anything she has to wrap herself in your arms again, begging for your forgiveness, fighting for your attention, and swearing up and down that getting back together is 100% her idea. In fact, even though this might sound impossible now, after you watch this video and do what it says, you'll be shocked at how quickly her attitude towards you changes, how she finds herself thinking about you, craving you, and even fantasizing about you all day long, how that horrible tightness and regret in your chest starts to fade away, how she suddenly starts calling you on the phone just to hear your voice, and how, finally, she even begs you to get together to talk, dresses to kill in your favorite outfit, flirts with you like she did when you first met, and does everything she can to make sure you never get away from her again. I'm going to teach you exactly what to do in just a moment. I shared a variation on this weird but shockingly effective texting technique with Rachel Ray when I appeared on her nationally syndicated television show, and she said it gave her chills. But first, we need to talk about the tiny mistake you made without even knowing it that could keep you and your ex-girlfriend from ever getting back together again. If you're like most guys, your relationship and breakup probably followed a variation of this really depressing timeline. You broke up, and when you did, you said, we'll be friends, but you probably realize now that you're not friends at all, not really, and all your friends and family members are telling you to give up, to move on, that there are other fish in the sea, that if it's meant to be, she'll come back to you. And you find yourself being miserable by yourself, wanting her, while she's off with that guy from the office who you never liked in the first place. And ever since that breakup, you felt this crazy, overwhelming, obsessive desire for her. You've left long, rambling messages on her voicemail, saying all the things you think you should have said when you were together. You've texted her like crazy and felt like you were going to pull your hair out when she wouldn't text you back. You've apologized, begged, pleaded. You've asked her friends about her and freaked out at the idea of her seeing someone else. And you've done everything you could think of to try to get the relationship you had with her back. And no matter what you've done, what you said, how hard you apologized, how much you told her she was right or promised to change, it's been like ramming your head again and again into a brick wall. And I bet you're wondering, like so many guys have before you, why? Why is it that the woman who used to look at you with so much love and desire when you first got together won't even give you the time of day now? Why does she ignore you? Why doesn't she love you anymore when you can't stop thinking about her? And what can you do to heal that massive rift between you and finally convince her to give you another chance? To look at you again, touch you again, talk to you again, make you feel the way only she can make you feel. To answer that question, I need to reveal a few simple truths about the way relationships really work and about the way a woman's romantic mind works that no one has ever told you before, and show you how to penetrate her emotional defenses and hotwire her desire and love for you in a weird but staggeringly effective way, even if she swears she doesn't have any feelings for you now. First things first. Fact. The relationship you had with your girlfriend is dead. And it's never coming back. Okay, I know that sounds harsh, but it's actually pretty cool. Let me explain. If you're like most guys, ever since you and your ex broke up, you've been doing everything you can to turn back the clock and get the relationship you had back. But honestly, trying to get your girlfriend back is like trying to perform emergency CPR on a corpse. Usually, it's just a big waste of time, and even when it works, it doesn't last. A few extra breaths at best, or you might become one of those couples who are constantly breaking up and getting back together and driving each other nuts. After helping guys around the world, appearing on national television and radio, being interviewed by Time magazine, and going through some nasty breakups of my own, I once got dumped over email, I can tell you, the moment you broke up, the relationship you and your girlfriend had was over forever. And as hard as it is to believe right now, that's actually a really good thing. The fact is, if you handle it right, your old relationship ending isn't a tragedy. It's a huge opportunity to hit the reset button and do things right. A way for you to move past all the pain and anger and create a cheat-proof, devoted, passionate relationship that's stronger than ever, stronger than anyone thought it could be. After all, you and your girlfriend broke up for a reason, or maybe a lot of little reasons that just added up. And if you just try to get her back without addressing the reasons things ended deep in her mind at a true and primal level, you're doomed to end up right back where you are now, alone, miserable, and desperate to see her and feel her again, while she moves on to find a guy who can satisfy her deep, primal needs. That's the bad news. The good news is that even though you can't have your old relationship back, and you don't really want it anyway, you can use the simple methods I'm about to reveal to create a new and better relationship with her from day one. The relationship you and your girlfriend were supposed to have in the first place, where you love each other, lust after each other, talk openly and honestly, support each other, and just enjoy each other every day without even thinking about having another one of those fights. In other words, if you do it right, you really can be happy together. But in order to have any chance at all to build this new romance with you, your girlfriend needs you to do 3 things. First, you need to erase the negative image of you she has in her mind and replace it with the powerful, romantic, best version of you she should have. The man she's truly meant to spend the rest of her life with. Like I said, your old relationship is gone. You need to get rid of all the pain and hurt and bad memories that are blocking her love for you. Second, you need to make her feel seen and understood by you in a way that no other man can possibly offer. Let her know that she's safe with you and give her permission to be who she truly is without fear of being judged. And third, you need to flat out seduce her. You need to cut past her rational mind, make her feel like a beautiful, attractive, sexy woman, and give her that spark of feminine power she's probably been craving since the day the passion between you truly died. So how do you do all that? Well, as you've already proven to yourself, you don't do it by calling her up and leaving long, desperate voicemail messages. You don't do it by hanging out in front of her house with a boombox and making a fool of yourself. You don't do it by just showing up places where you know she's going to be and trying to strike up a conversation. It might sound shocking, but the best way to crawl inside your girlfriend's mind, erase all the built-up anger and hurt, and have her actually craving you is by sending her certain text messages that crawl deep into her romantic mind and that she can't help but respond to. Now, if you're like most guys, you might be thinking, texting? I've already tried texting her, and no matter what I say to her, it doesn't work. But again, I'm not talking about texts where you beg or plead for her back, where you apologize profusely, give up your manhood, and kill any attraction she may still have for you. I'm talking about simple, powerful texts that have been specifically designed and proven again and again to tickle the primal romantic center of her mind, force a smile to crawl across her face and a thrill to rush through her whole body, and that, even if she doesn't respond right away, causes a simple idea to grow in her mind and to repeat itself over and over and over again. I made a mistake, and I'll do anything to get him back. I shared just one of my simple texting techniques with Rachel Ray when I appeared on her show. Her jaw dropped open when I gave her a few of my magic texts to try, got every woman in the audience to gasp, and used a couple from the audience to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt how truly powerful this texting thing can be, and the astonishing effect it has on a woman if you simply do it right. Plain and simple, and as weird as it sounds, sending the right, seemingly innocent texts to your ex-girlfriend can have a shocking and drastic impact on how she thinks about you, and will create an amazing, intimate channel between you that no one can interfere with. Why? Because you know her better than anyone else possibly could. And because by texting her the right way, you can feed her the kind of secret fantasies and emotional bait she's genetically programmed to respond to, wherever she is, whenever you want, painting a coy smile across her face and building her desire for you to a fever pitch, no matter how hard she tries to resist. With the right texts, you can remind her of why she fell for you in the first place and make her feel that overwhelming thrill she felt when you first kissed. You can have secret conversations with her and create a private fantasy world where you can earn her trust and be unapologetically romantic without feeling embarrassed or exposed. Do it right, and she won't be able to help but forgive you. Will see you as the sexiest, most desirable man on the planet, the man she's truly meant to be with, and will find herself dreaming of you, noticing how other men simply don't measure up to what she knows she can have with you, regretting ever letting you go for even a moment, and scheming about ways to win you back. All without you having to beg or plead, without having to spend a lot of money on romantic presents, without slipping back into those old dangerous patterns that got you where you are now in the first place, without anyone else having to know or being able to interfere, and all by pushing a few buttons on your cell phone. When you think about it, you'll realize that when you use it right, texting is like an emotional Trojan horse, where you can send your girlfriend simple, safe texts that no woman could overreact to, that secretly appeal to her deepest desires and emotions, and bring her back to you no matter how long she's been gone. Okay, Mike, I understand how powerful this is, and I see how I can use magical text messages to get her to forgive me and bring her back into my life, but how do I actually do it? Glad you asked, because I've got a really good answer for you. Like I said, my name is Michael Fiore. And I'd like to teach you, like I've taught guys around the world, how to use tiny little text messages sent from the cell phone in your pocket right now as a romantic tractor beam that sneaks directly into the sex, desire, and romance center of your girlfriend's brain, forcing her to focus on what she secretly loves about you and quite literally dragging her back into your life with a huge smile on her face and convinced that calling you, seeing you, talking to you, touching you is 100% her idea. How? By introducing you to a simple, step-by-step girlfriend getting back system I call Text Your Ex Back. Text Your Ex Back is a step-by-step system that uses tiny little text messages sent from your average cell phone to cause your ex-girlfriend to connect with you on a deep and primal level. Even if you were never romantic before, how bad things got at the end. To have her thinking positive thoughts about you throughout the day, seeing you as the man she's always wanted you to be without you actually having to change at all. And to have her forgetting about any other guys in her life and eagerly suggesting you give things one more try. Literally at the push of a button. When you grab your copy of Text Your Ex Back today, you'll discover how to magnetically attract her attention no matter where she is, no matter how busy she is, how long it's been, or how angry she is right now. All by using the simple across-the-bow text no woman can ignore, and that's guaranteed to cause a happy smile to crawl across her face. You'll also learn text judo, why hate and anger are not the opposite of love, and how to use your girlfriend's existing emotions against her to wake up the love and desire she's trying to deny. Do this right, and she'll feel like she's seeing you in a whole new light. Next, you'll learn how to use best of the relationship texts to mentally transport her back to the best times you ever had together. You'll be shocked at how eager she is to think about the good old days and how she starts wondering what it would feel like to be in your arms again. How to use intimacy booster texts to be her Superman and give her the emotional support she not so secretly craves. Do this right and she'll yearn for you even if she's moved on and is seeing someone else. Next, you'll learn the green-eyed monster text and how to use positive jealousy to have her ready to fight for you and feeling desperate for your affection. Next, you'll learn emotional honesty text. Okay, this can be scary, but do it right and you'll be astounded by the results. In Text Your Ex Back, I'll show you how to blow by the BS and tell your ex how you really, truly feel over text without ever worrying about stumbling over your words or coming on too strong. Emotional honesty texts are basically the nuclear bomb of ex-girlfriend seduction. I'll show you exactly what to do to literally bring tears to her eyes and have her whole body shuddering with desire for you just by saying 7 simple words. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. As you get into the more advanced material, you'll also discover why texting is the magic key to her libido, how to turn her on simply by tapping a few buttons with your thumbs, and the exact irresistible text that will crawl into her deepest sexual mind and have her thinking of you as a seductive god. Warning, don't be surprised if she drunk dials you or drunk texts you right after you send this text, and if the sex is wilder, hotter, and better than anything you've had in years. Next, you'll learn how to bury your old relationship with the fights and the anger and the yelling for good, and how to use tiny little texts to set the foundation for the loving, fun, sexy relationship you both deserve so you never have to go through breakup hell again. You'll learn why radio silence is not a bad thing, and exactly what to do if you don't get a response to one of your texts. You might not believe this now, but you're going to discover that if you get no response at all, it actually could be a very, very good sign. Next, you'll discover the magic transition from virtual to physical, and how to get her to suggest you get together for a coffee 100% on her own without you ever suggesting a thing. Here's the cool part. If you're anything like the thousands of guys who have used this program already, you're going to be blown away by how good your ex-girlfriend looks when she shows up at the coffee shop, how much work she's put into looking great for you, and even better, the hopeful, naughty sparkle in her eye. Next, you'll learn what to do after you get her back and how to use texting as an intimate channel that causes her to literally swoon every time her phone vibrates, sets you up for more passion, desire, and love than you thought possible, and gives you the kind of relationship that makes your friends green with envy. Tim from Seattle says, after my girlfriend and I broke up, she said she never wanted to talk to me again and wouldn't return my calls, emails, or texts. I used the Text Your Ex Back program with a lot of skepticism, but I was shocked at how quickly she got back to me and how we started having fun together. The best part was I didn't have to worry about what to say since you laid everything out for me. Robert from New York says, Text Your Ex Back is amazing. My girl and I were always that couple who was fighting and breaking up all the time. Ever since I started using Mike's stuff, it's like it was when we first got together. Thanks. And Caleb from California says, this stuff is sneaky and amazing. Mike, I don't know if my ex-girlfriend and I will be together forever, but after using your stuff for the first time, I really feel like we've got hope. And those are just a few of the emails I receive every day from guys and girls after using this simple system. Can I promise that you and your ex-girlfriend will live happily ever after just by using this system? Of course not. But I can promise you that if you grab this program and do what it says, you'll be able to open the door to her heart in a way you were never able to before. That you'll have a real chance of creating the kind of connection and love most people only dream of, and that you'll know for once and for all whether you and her were truly meant to be. Okay, if you've watched this far through this video, it means you can feel how effective this is and how much you want this. So how do you get started? How much for the complete Text Your Ex Back system, plus my patented X texting formulas I promise you've never heard before? Honestly, it doesn't matter if she broke up with you yesterday or if you've been searching for a way to truly bring her back into your life for a good long while. This is the only program like this in existence, so there's nothing to compare it to. I mean, sure, there are plenty of vague Get Your Ex Back programs out there that promise you the world but just give you vague advice about being more confident or being the kind of guy she wants. But this is the only program in existence that does all the work for you, that takes away all the guesswork and the pressure to figure things out on your own, that shows you exactly what to say and when to say it, that answers all of your questions and makes it as easy as possible to get her back in your life and your arms and your bed. So let's just think of the alternatives you could try to get her back, or that you've already tried with embarrassing results. First, you could try to get her to agree to go to couples counseling with you. That will cost you at least $150 for each 1-hour session, if you can even get her to agree to go. And honestly, if you're watching this video, your chance to try to fix things with therapy and by talking them out is probably long gone. Next, you could try to buy her back into your life. You could try to surprise her by being really romantic, shelling out for flowers, expensive jewelry, to show her how you really feel and hope beyond hope that she'll take you back. Even a basic bouquet of flowers will cost you $70 and jewelry will cost you thousands. And how's it going to feel when you find your hopes of a romantic reconciliation totally dashed when she refuses to meet up with you? How much anger and hurt she keeps holding on to, and how little of an effect on her your gift actually has. You could try making a big production out of changing who you are for her. To do that, you'll have to go into debt to buy a new wardrobe, put on a big show of how much fun you're having without her, and basically try to trick her into thinking you're a whole new guy, the man of her dreams. You'll cut your bank account to the bone doing this, and even if it works, it won't. Do you really want her falling for an act when there's an alternative that lets you get her back while being 100% you? Let me ask you a question. Do you love this woman? Seriously, do you love her? Do you feel deep in your heart that she's the one, the woman who was meant for you and you were meant for her? Do you know how rare that is? Do you know how low the odds are that you'll ever even meet another woman like that again? Years from now, when you're looking back, when you find yourself still alone and looking, or worse yet, have settled for someone else, how are you going to feel if you could have gotten her back, gotten past the fights and the anger and the lies and the bull, just by pushing a few buttons on your cell phone? It's hard for a lot of guys to believe, but having a great relationship with a woman, having the relationship your buddies are envious of, where you wake up every day remembering how lucky you are, is really just about doing a few little things right. As I showed live on television on Rachel Ray, when I made every woman in the audience gasp and sent shivers down Rachel's spine, the techniques I teach in Text Your Ex Back work very well. And because I know how much it hurts right now, and because I want you to experience the results for yourself, I'm going to let you try out Text Your Ex Back at a price you're not going to believe. The regular retail price of Text Your Ex Back is just $97. Less than one expensive dinner at a restaurant when you finally agree to go out on that blind date your buddy keeps trying to set you up on. That's going to be a disaster. And a lot less than it will cost you in cash and self-respect if you let this girl go without doing something right now. But you know what? I know $97 can seem like a lot of money to people sometimes, and I want to take away every barrier to you doing this and getting her back in your life. Everyone who's used Text Your Ex Back says it's a steal at $97, and my friends tell me the least I should sell the program for is $67. But I want to make this a real no-brainer for you. I want you to see how well it works for yourself. That's why, for a limited time, I'm willing to let you have the complete Text Your Ex Back system for just $47 today. Plus, if you act right now and just to sweeten the pot, I'll also flat out give you the audio version of the training at no additional charge, so you can study up and plan your moves while at the gym, in the car, or anytime you've got your headphones. And I've got not one, not two, but 3 game-changing bonuses for you. Bonus number 1 is Instant Forgiveness with Dr. Frederick Luskin. How to move past pain and anger, stop having the same fights again and again, and have your ex-girlfriend finally accept you and love you for who you are. Dr. Luskin is the world's #1 authority on forgiveness, how to forgive other people for how they may have wounded you, and how to get them to forgive you as well. I had to bust my butt in order to get on the phone with Dr. Luskin, who works at Stanford University. But we spent 30 powerful minutes together on the phone digging deep into the concepts of forgiveness and how to create forgiveness in a woman's mind so when she comes back to you, she won't keep bringing back up the same stuff over and over again, but can actually have fun with you and appreciate you again. Next, you'll have my special Infidelity Buster interview with Dr. Jan Hall. In this interview, Dr. Jan and I discuss why men and women cheat in relationships and the fast, easy way to heal after infidelity. Dr. Jan is based in Australia, and her and I got on the phone for over an hour to talk about the real nature of infidelity. Whether you were the one to cheat on your ex-girlfriend or if she was the one to cheat on you, you'll learn simple, actionable steps to finally put that infidelity behind you so you can love each other the way you were meant to. And third, you'll get my new Facebook Romance Secrets program absolutely free, even though it's normally a $47 value all by itself. Facebook Romance Secrets is a new program I've created that will allow you to seduce your woman, or any woman actually, using Facebook and social media, and will give you ideas that will have her swooning every time you log in. As I say in the course, what you post on Facebook is the story you tell the world about yourself. And in this training, my friend Mike Hill and I will teach you how to tell a story that will have your girlfriend grinning from ear to ear. In Facebook Romance Secrets, you'll discover how to use simple little posts on your girlfriend's Facebook wall to rivet her attention and send shivers of anticipation through her whole body. Facebook photos, and how to comment on her pictures in a way that has her friends and family gushing over how you're the perfect man for her. How to be unapologetically romantic with your girlfriend and have her scheming up ways to put a huge smile on your face. Facebook Romance Secrets is normally $47 all by itself, but I like to flat out give it to you just for trying out Text Your Ex Back today. Just to add it all up, as part of this special promotion, you'll get the Text Your Ex Back Complete System, a $97 value all by itself. The Text Your Ex Back Audio Recording, a $37 value and only available if you purchase the main Text Your Ex Back program first. You'll get my Instant Forgiveness interview with Dr. Frederick Luskin, a $27 value all by itself. My Infidelity Buster interview with Dr. Janet Hall, a $27 value all by itself. And Facebook Romance Secrets, a $47 value all by itself. That's over $235 of real value for just 47 bucks. All you have to do to get started is enter your email address and click the big, shiny, inviting Add to Cart button that just appeared below. You'll gain instant access to everything and will be texting your ex back tonight. All you have to do right now is simply enter your email address in the box below and hit the Add to Cart button. You'll immediately be brought to ClickBank to process your order, and within 2 minutes from right now, we'll be able to download everything I've discussed here today, dig through the material, and start texting your ex-girlfriend back into your life right away. And of course, you're backed by my You Get Romance or You Don't Pay guarantee. Here's how it works. Simply order today, use the material. If you aren't blown away and if you don't get results, just email me and my staff within 60 days for a complete refund. No fine print, no BS. Listen, plain and simple, the way I was raised and the way I like to do business is if I don't get you results, I don't personally think I deserve your money. If you're going through this, if you're watching this video, it shows me that you're in pain right now. It shows me that you want this woman back in your life. I've created material that I know from experience from so many guys and actually women who have used Text Your Ex Back. I know I've got the goods here. I know that if you go through the program and do what it says, you will get fantastic results for yourself. That's why I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. If you simply enter your email address and hit the Add to Cart button below, complete your order, get Text Your Ex Back, use it for up to 2 full months. And if you aren't happy for any reason whatsoever, simply let us know and you'll get a complete refund. I really can't be more simple about it than that. But you really do have to act right now. I'm selling this program for just $47 as a market test, but I'm planning on raising or even doubling the price in the near future. If you're a good guy, I want to give you the tools you need to truly get her back and have the relationship you both deserve. And the weird thing is, the way for me to help more people might be to raise the price. See, so many guys think that getting her back has to be expensive and hard, that they have to shell out for a bunch of jewelry, they have to do these grand romantic gestures, they have to really work and beat themselves up for it. And when they hear that you can slip right past her defenses and have her crawling back to you for such a low price, they just don't believe it. Most guys, when they think about getting the woman you love back into your life and they hear it can be done for just $47, it sounds absurd to them. It simply sounds too low and they discount it. So if I really want to help as many people as possible, I may have to raise the price very, very soon. When you think about it, you've got a really simple choice to make here, and you've really only got 3 options. Option 1, do nothing. Keep going the way you are now. Keep feeling that horrible pressure on your chest. Keep feeling that regret deep in your heart that you let her go and you can't get her back. Give up on the woman you were meant to be with. Give up on your dreams. I think if you've watched this far into this video, it means what you've been doing so far just isn't working for you. It shows me that you want to change and you're willing to take action to make that change happen. Option 2 is to try to fix this problem on your own. Take what you learned today in this video and try to figure out your own texts and hope for good results. You can try this, but I can tell you from experience and from the horror stories I hear every single day that the odds of your sending the wrong message and causing her to blow up at you, ignore you, or pull further away from you are huge. Then, of course, there's option 3. Risk nothing at all today. Grab the Text Your Ex Back training for just $47 today before the price goes up. Go through the material, try out my tested and proven romantic texts, and get in line to be yet another of my growing success stories. And again, all you have to do to get started is enter your email address and click the big, shiny, inviting Add to Cart button that just appeared below. You'll gain instant access to everything and will be texting your ex back tonight. Again, all you have to do is enter your email address, click the Add to Cart button, go on to the next page, enter your credit card, and you'll gain instant access to everything. You'll be able to download the Text Your Ex Back manual, the Text Your Ex Back audios, the special interviews I did with Frederick Luskin and Dr. Janet Hall, and the Facebook Romance Secrets program. You'll get everything immediately downloadable, immediately accessible, so you can really dig through it, kick the tires, take out your cell phone, and start using the material right away. I want you to get results. I've been helping people with this wacky texting thing for quite a while now. I've cracked the secret code on how to use text messaging to really dig deep into your woman's mind and get her to realize what a mistake she made when she let you go in the first place. And all you have to do is enter your email address and click the Add to Cart button. Really, your options are you either do this now, you try this, or you go back and you give up. And how are you going to feel if you do that? How are you going to feel if you let her go when it was actually so easy and so incredibly inexpensive to really get her back into your life? Please, I really personally hope you take this opportunity to enter your email address, click the Add to Cart button, and grab the Text Your Ex Back system. I've worked incredibly hard in this program. I've seen again and again and again how incredibly effective it is, and I want you to get amazing results. Thank you. You still here? Still thinking? As you can imagine, I get a lot of questions about this program with all the national media attention I've been getting. So let me just answer some of the most common questions I've been asked about Text Your Ex Back, and hopefully I'll answer any questions you might have as you're sitting here pondering. Question number 1 is, how quickly will I get Text Your Ex Back? As I said a moment ago, Text Your Ex Back is delivered digitally and right away. In fact, if you simply enter your email address in the field below and click the Add to Cart button, you'll be brought through. You'll enter your credit card information and you'll actually be brought to the download page for Text Your Ex Back within probably 2 minutes from right now. I deliver this digitally because I know how eager you are to really get the material, to try out the material, and to start using it right away. So actually, all you have to do is enter your email address, click Add to Cart, and you'll get it within just a few minutes from now. Question number 2, what if it's been a long time since we broke up? Is it too late for me to text my ex back? I get at least 4 or 5 of these emails every single day from people who, from guys who think, wow, the woman I was with a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. I even had one guy write me and say, Michael, I used Text Your Ex Back to get back with my high school girlfriend who I hadn't seen in 20 years. We had run into each other. I got her phone number and I used this material and we got back together, and it's wonderful. It's really not a problem. As in the program, you're going to discover that sometimes actually having more distance between when you broke up and when you got together is a better thing. It gives you some time to remember that you're people, to see each other as attractive, wonderful people again, as opposed to that person who was just around all the time before. So no, it's not too late. You might have to do a little more work. It might take a little bit longer to get the fires going, to get her to really realize why you're getting in touch and to respond to the material. material. But again and again, I've seen people who have been broken up for years using these concepts, using this material with really, really great results. So it's not just for people who, broke up 10 minutes ago or broke up a month ago or broke up 3 weeks ago. If you've been broken up with somebody, if you really feel like they're the person for you, I really recommend you try out Text Your Ex Back. I think it's going to work great for you. Question number 3, what if she's already seeing someone else? She probably is. I mean, that's kind of what happens very, very often. When people are, pining over their ex-girlfriend, usually they've moved on in some way. It drives us nuts as guys. We get all rageful and jealous and things like that. Yes, this can work in that circumstance. One of the great things about texting is that it's private. It's between two people. It's not like, you're talking on the phone and someone can overhear. It's not like you're, sending emails that are easily accessible, things like that. Texting is pretty darned private. Most people do not let other people look at their cell phones. Most people do not let other people know what's going on or what private communication they're having over their cell phones. I always say that texting is the closest thing to telepathy that we as human beings actually have. And using texting, if you've got her number, you can really spend some time reestablishing connection. And those first few texts you send, as you'll discover when you get into the program, are pretty innocuous. It's not like you're being some Don Juan who's swooping in and using cheesy lines on her right away. You're actually using psychological fundamental ideas to get back into her mind, to get her thinking about you again, so she makes the decision that she wants to be with you. It's not like you're going to go and steal her from this other guy. She's going to make the decision on her own when she looks at you and when she looks at him, when she looks at the messages you're sending her, when she thinks about the great aspects of the relationship you used to have, that you're the person she wants to be with, not him. Is it dirty pool? I don't know. I personally feel like love is something worth fighting for. And that if you really do have a connection, a primal, powerful connection, sometimes you got to fight for it. I mean, me and my girlfriend, we got together. She was actually on a date with somebody else when we met. And we had this powerful attraction, this powerful connection. I knew they weren't really going anywhere serious as well. And we've been together ever since. It's been almost 2 years now. And do I regret taking her from that guy on that night? No, not at all, because we have a fantastic relationship and it's getting deeper and more wonderful every day. So if she's with someone else, will it work? Yeah, it will. It's pretty powerful stuff. I hope you'll try it out. Question number 4, was I really on the Rachel Ray Show? I don't know why I get this question so much. I actually have the clip of me on the Rachel Ray Show on one of my websites, and I show images of myself on the Rachel Ray Show. Yeah, Rachel Ray, a lot of people know her as having a cooking show. Women, they all know who Rachel Ray is, and like, oh my God, I love her. Guys are like, doesn't she do cooking? What's going on there? Yeah, on Valentine's Day of 2011, actually, I got a phone call from the Rachel Ray Show, and they said, Michael, we've heard of your texting stuff with another program I have called Text the Romance Back, and they invited me over to be on the show, to use my text messaging magic, as they called it, to really help some couples on the show to improve their relationship and to improve the romance in their relationship. And it went really, really well. Rachel did, in fact, say that I gave her shivers. I gave away a couple of really simple texts that literally had every single woman in the audience looking at me like I was some incredible romantic god. It was a little scary, and great things happened. My favorite bit was I gave away some texts on the show, and when I walked backstage, this huge 6'4", 250-pound, linebacker-looking guy who works security on the Rachel Ray Show was like, "Hey, Michael, I used your stuff. I texted my wife, and she wrote me back right away. It was awesome." Right? He was really, really, really impressed. This stuff works, man. I mean, I wouldn't be getting all this national attention if it didn't work. They would have looked at me and said, "No, this isn't going to work for me." It does work. It's worked for so many people. If you go on my Facebook page, you'll see all these comments from women, particularly, who are like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy he sent me these messages. I'm so happy that we're using this method to really connect and in a really primal way." Question number 5, can I really trust your guarantee? Yeah, you can, because honestly, the guarantee is not something that I personally enforce. I mean, one, you can trust me anyway because I'm a trustworthy person. I really take this very, very seriously. And I know that, I'm helping people with emotional stuff, with relationship stuff. And oftentimes I'm giving the material that I wish had existed years ago when I was struggling in my own relationships. I remember when my ex-girlfriend did in fact dump me over email years ago, and I was devastated. And I wish something like this had been around then so I could have understood it, so I could have tried to get her back, so I could have fought for her in some way. I could have fought for us in some way. So yeah, you can trust my guarantee. And also, ClickBank, the company that processes these payments and does all these things for me, really handles the guarantee stuff on their own. It's not like I couldn't refuse you a guarantee if I wanted to. You simply get the program, you try it out, and if you're not happy, you send an email to the ClickBank customer support or to my customer support, and we take care of it. We make sure you get your money back. Honestly, the one who's taking a risk here is not you, it's me, because it's possible if you wanted to, if you were that kind of person, I hope you're not, you could rip me off here. You can get the material and not pay me anything. And I don't really worry about that too much. I don't stay up nights thinking about that kind of thing because I know most people are fundamentally honest. And I also know the material's good. I know the material works. It's very step by step. It's very simple. I design it for people to be able to use in a really, really effective way. And I know that once you actually go through and give this stuff a shot, you're going to look at this price that I'm asking you to pay today, and you're going to be like, that was such a steal. Most folks write me and they say, man, this was worth 2, 3, 4, 5 times what I paid. The happiness I have now, the insight I have now is worth so much more. So yes, you can trust my guarantee. Question number 6, does this stuff really work? Totally acceptable and common question. I mean, honestly, text messaging that's going to be able to do these amazing things. Yeah, it does. It sounds a little weird at first. It sounded weird to me at first too, when I first started developing this program, or any of these programs that I do. I mean, the text the romance back, text your ex back, all these things that I came up with started off because I was using them in my own life. When I was single, I was using text messages to get women to go out with me, to be with me, because I'm not really that slick in person. When I got together with my girlfriend, I started using text to really keep the romance going because we traveled so much. I have friends who were like, oh, my girlfriend, we broke up. How do I get her back? And I gave them the simple text messages that just made her light up like a Roman candle. I've sold, thousands of copies of my various programs at this point, and I keep getting so many emails from guys just saying, this works so incredibly well. And from women too, to say, Michael, I'm so happy this is out here. It helped me connect in such a primal way. Plain and simple, texting is the closest thing to telepathy that we have. And for women who crave connection in such a way, getting a text from a man that's really as honest and open and powerful as the ones that I give you, it's like crack cocaine to them. They simply can't get enough. When you do this, they're going to start thinking of you as that man they've always wanted, that man who is a guy, because women want guys, but who's also emotionally open. So yes, it works. And honestly, find out for yourself if it works. You don't need to take my word for it, because with my guarantee, you have nothing to risk today. You have nothing to lose. Question number 7, who shouldn't buy this? Great question. How do I put this? If you're an asshole, don't buy it. If you're an abusive husband, an abusive boyfriend, emotionally or physically, I don't care. Do not buy this. I don't want you to use this material if you're that kind of person. This stuff is powerful. It's really, really effective, and it works really, really well on women. And if you're somebody who's going to use this stuff to get back somebody who you should not have back, no, please don't buy it. Please don't. I suppose if your ex-girlfriend doesn't have a cell phone, you might not want to use it either. I do have people who write me and say, Michael, I grabbed your Text Your Ex Back program. I didn't have a cell phone. My ex didn't have a cell phone. I used it over email. I used it over instant messenger. I used it in person. I used it in a letter and got great results. The core ideas work no matter what you do. I make it about texting because texting is so instantaneous. You can get feedback right away, and you can have this sneaky little conversation wherever you go. But if you're somebody who manipulates or hates women, if you're a misogynist, if you're somebody who's just like, if she broke up with you for a really, really good reason and you're not going to address that reason, then please don't buy this. Plain and simple. I can't really put up more of a point on it than that. Question number 8, how fast will I get results? Your mileage is going to vary a little bit. It really depends on why you broke up, how long ago you broke up, things like that. I do tell you in the program that you need to have a little bit of space between when you break up and when you start using this. If you use this right away, the day you break up, it can work. It can work for you pretty well, but I tend to tell people to take a little bit of a breathing room. I would typically find that, if you do it right from the moment you send your first text to when you're actually going to get together, it'll take you a couple of weeks, most likely. It might go faster, depending on your relationship, depending on what you actually use. But my goal is actually not to get you guys to rush back into each other's arms in like 2 minutes, right? Or to have like some booty call right away. The way the Text Your Ex Back system is designed is to really lay the foundations and lay the fundamentals so you can have a really, really good relationship. I don't want you to, if I wanted to, I could give you some stuff that's going to like, trick her into getting together with you for coffee. And I could tell you exactly what to say to get her to go back to bed with you and blah, blah, blah. But you know what's going to happen if you do that? You're just going to break up again. Within like a week or two. It's going to be like, oh, I regret this. We shouldn't have done this. Why did we do this? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't want that. I don't think you want that either. So instead, what I give you is the real system. And the real system might take you a couple of weeks to really get results with, to really crawl into her mind, to establish that connection, to get her to start thinking about you in that way, to get the results that are here. But I think it's worth it because what are a couple of weeks compared to how long your relationship is going to be? If you love this woman, if you desire her, if you find her beautiful and wonderful and tasty and great and all the things that women are, put the time in, dude. It's going to take you a little bit. So really, you'll get results quite quickly. You'll probably get a response from your first text, maybe your second or third one. You'll start having conversations. You'll start bleeding things in, and then you'll get really great results quite quickly. Question number 9, I don't want this showing up my credit card bill. It's embarrassing. Yeah, I know. Text Your Ex Back is not going to appear on your credit card bill. I totally understand how that could be kind of weird depending on who's looking at your credit card bill. Don't worry about it. It actually comes from ClickBank, ClickBank. They're the ones who handle all my merchant processing and things like that. And ClickBank sells literally hundreds of thousands of products or tens of thousands of products or whatever it is. Everything from, dog training to the kind of stuff I do to all sorts of other things, a lot of digital products. Don't worry about, this is not going to show up on your credit card bill. You don't have to worry. And question number 10, is my credit card safe with you? Again, it's actually not me personally who's handling your credit card. It's clickbank.com. ClickBank has been around for over a decade now. They've handled millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in sales for all sorts of companies. They are accredited and they are, overseen by the government in a very real way. And they have, as far as I can tell, never ripped anybody off. Your credit card is very, very safe. Your information is safe. I'm here to take care of you. I'm here to help you get what you really want, to teach you how to get this woman back in your life and teach you how to keep that relationship going in a really great and powerful way. So yes, it's very, very safe with me. And those are the 10 primary questions I get about Text Your Ex Back. So I hope I answered your question. If I didn't, you might have small questions about little things. Okay, well, me and my girlfriend, we were husband and wife. Will this work for me? Yes, it will. My girlfriend's a little different in that, we were in a weird relationship. Will it work for me? Yes, it will. All you really have to do is enter your email address and click the Add to Cart button, and you'll find out if it works for you. And the guarantee means you don't have to worry about anything. You can try it. You can put it out. You can go through the material. You can spend some time going through it tonight, and you can decide by tomorrow if this is really for you or not. If it's not, you can ask for your money back. I'm not going to get mad about it, right? I do think, if you just if you don't give it a chance, that happens sometimes. Folks kind of grab the program, skim through it really quickly and say, I'm not even going to try it and go from there. I don't recommend that. It can't work for you if you don't try it. But if you give it a real shot and decide it's not for you, that's fine. Just kind of go from there. I want to help you. I hope you can hear that in my voice. I hope you can hear that in the video I put together. I'm actually really interested in making sure you get great results here. My reputation is on the line, and also I personally really enjoy getting results for people. I really enjoy taking the material that I've learned and developed and seeing it out in the world. I've had people from, I don't even know how many countries at this point. I get emails from people in England. I get an email from one guy who's at the in Antarctica because he's in the military and he's posted in Antarctica. I get emails from India. I get emails from Arab nations. I get emails from all over the place saying, Mike, I tried your stuff and great things happened. Right? Great things happened. And the great thing about texting is you don't have to do it in person. You don't have to do it face to face. You can actually say what you really mean and make it really easy. So again, all you have to do is enter your email address and click the big, shiny, inviting add to cart button that just appeared below, and you'll gain instant access to everything. You'll be able to try this stuff out right away. I think it's going to work for you because it's worked for so many people in the past. And the only way for you to find out is to just try it out. For the price I'm asking you, it's a really, really small investment and you are 100% protected by the guarantee. I really can't make it any simpler for you. I really, in the program, I lay things out step by step, inch by inch, every single detail of what you have to do, because I want this to be easy for you. So again, please, I've enjoyed our time together. I hope you've enjoyed our time together too. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned something, and I really hope you'll take the tiny little chance that it takes to text your ex back tonight. I've been Michael Fiore. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Goodbye.